This year has been like no other, and nothing like any of us have ever experienced in our working lives. Today, as we celebrate International Nurses Day and National ODP Day, we want to recognise the important contribution you have all made and want to say thank you to you all. You have shown care and dedication in some very challenging situations. You have moved to different departments, taken on new roles, cared for a different patient group, and formed relationships with new colleagues. Today, I want to share with you the experience of some of our colleagues and to celebrate the amazing achievement of you all. You are all fabulous. Thank you.
I'd like to start by offering my thanks and really recognising the efforts that everyone at the Norfolk and Norwich Hospital has done to contribute to our pandemic response as a regional surge centre over the last 14 months. Staff have gained new skills, working in unfamiliar situations, in unfamiliar circumstances, and for some, that has been extremely difficult and very challenging for them, and we do need to recognise that as we move forwards as a team, as a division, and as the Norfolk and Norwich Hospital.
Following the first wave, we had a lot of staff that were redeployed from all areas that were desperate to help, but a lot of the staff felt that although they had incredible skills, they didn't necessarily have the right skill set for a ward. So during the second wave, it was decided by Julie Keening, our senior matron, to set up a red response team so that those staff that were redeployed to all of our wards would be able to work in more of a task-based system. All of the teams really embraced the red team. They were able to come and support the team. The team were actually able to complete 522 jobs in sort of a 2-week period, which is a massive amount of work, and that really did support our staff and kind of keep them going.
We had consultants, we had clinical and theatre staff which didn't really have a lot of ward-based knowledge. We had the armed forces and we had staff coming up from Cromer to help out. My ward was red and I could see how staff were struggling, and that, so to be asked to be involved in that, yeah, I found it amazing. It was really good because we all worked as one big team.
The last 6 months, our elective work in orthopaedics came to a standstill, and as being an ODP, I was asked to go and volunteer and help within the ITU and HDU during the COVID pandemic. Going to help out in ITU was something that I felt was a challenge as well as a privilege to be able to go and help with the patients that we were receiving, not within our own county, but from all other counties within the country.
I offered to come help for the surge support because stuff at Cromer was starting to get cancelled a lot, and I felt like I'd be more of a help over here. And so I got quite hands-on. As much as you can, enjoyed the experience of helping throughout the surge support. I mean, there was a lot of lows, but a lot of highs as well, and the staff really helped make you feel at ease.
We knew from other centres around the UK that a lot of the surgeons and the surgical departments who had become a little bit inactive because our work had been hampered by COVID, it was how do you utilise those resources? They work well as a team, and it just moved that team dynamic into a different setting.
Being with the proning team was probably the most satisfying and most productive thing I've done in this whole pandemic. Obviously, our normal clinical work was quite reduced, and obviously they needed more people in the ITU to help them, and these were quite needy people. Obviously they're intubated, they're quite difficult to manage.
I was in the first ever lockdown proning team when they asked for volunteers, and then on the second one, just before starting the second one, I volunteered on the wards, and then I went back to the proning team. It was very rewarding, and they bless them, they were so grateful to have us there. And I felt honoured to be there, to be in that team for the job that we done. And we did, to the best of our ability, help as much as we could on patients there, which was very, very hard at the time.
You are in a very privileged position to be a nurse. You spend so much time with people that need your care and your attention.
At the time we were there, it was hard. It was completely different to the nursing that I'm used to. The silence of listening to the monitors, and when you've got patients with so many lines in, it was hard. But the more you did, the more you sort of got used to it, and the more you felt competent in doing the bits that they asked you to do. You were putting up drugs and doing lines, and I helped with the proning some patients when they needed help. So it was a very steep learning curve, but no, I'm glad I did it. I am glad I did it.
My main focus the last 6 months was the staff and their safety, being able to come into work every day and being safe. I feel very lucky to work with such a great team because we all pulled together.
January was so completely different. There was so many more people and so many more people helping, and there was just a different sense. It was just like everybody was pulling together to help, and you just mucked in, and you just did the best that you can, and I think you had to have a sort of a can-do attitude. You had to learn a lot and quickly, and never be afraid to ask questions. If you didn't know what you're doing, you asked. Somebody helped you. You were never left on your own.
I think for everyone it's daunting because you see it on the news, but part of me wanted to help. I felt like I needed to come and help. So it was kind of daunting, but I felt I had to do it in a way, so it made it easier to come in and do it and experience it, because you come into the healthcare to help people, and when a pandemic is happening, you have that instinct as a healthcare worker to be there amongst it and to just help as much as you can.